So I wanted to share a little bit of my thoughts on the latest Walking Dead issue, and which is called "Devil on the Shoulder," um, where Rick is going to Negan for advice on basically from one leader to another, just on how to handle this situation. Just advice on leadership, on what should he do, how should he handle this, how should he, I guess, dry up this juicy pickle that Rick is stuck in. And Negan's basically telling him that they're not, that they're calling for security, and when you show them that they have security, then you know then then I bet they'll shut their fucking mouths. Or he says something like that, and and Rick is taking that into consideration, and he literally does that with Eugene, and then he's all for it, and then Eugene comes back around, and then he tells him to save the ammunition on a rainy day, and and the rain is coming or something like that. So me personally, I don't think Rick should. I don't think that should necessarily be a lie or a manipulation. I think it should become a realization where he's like, okay, this is what I have to do. I have to toughen up for for the people, for my people, and the make sure they're level headed, but at the same time, ready, just be ready for any attack. And but I think it's gonna be a bit messy, and it's gonna be it's not gonna be an easy task. I mean, they may not have a lot of weapons, but that massive herd is their weapon. That is their what was their ace in the hole, I guess. I mean, if you want to look at it that way, or that is that is the big guns right there, is that herd of walkers that they have at their disposal. And so I just I don't get why Rick doesn't just tell them that that they have a massive herd of walkers. I mean, that's what I would have done. I mean, like, if I were in his shoes, tell them that this is they have the massive herd of walkers. We need to we need to be careful about this. And we need to be just we need to keep keep this place safe and everyone safe, and and so on. Now, I gotta be honest. I hope that this does not happen in the TV series, where we're say like after him and Negan have that all out war, after the aftermath of all that. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't stand down altogether. Like, as this this um this tough rock, I guess, rock hearted leader. um yeah, I hope he doesn't. I mean, you get what I'm saying. I hope he doesn't stand down as the as as if he's like, I mean, I'm not about that life anymore. I'm not. I'm not. The tough that tough crazy son of a bitch I was. Like, for quite a while. I mean, it seems like they already had that transition on the show when when the when he was playing farmer, and restraining restraining that bloodthirst, and restraining Carl's bloodthirst. And I mean, we seen him do that already, and we understand why he has to put that aside. I mean, him being forced to go back out there in this world and defend himself once again shows him why that's not a good idea. Even though, like, I think in the comic book series it makes more sense because he's in Alexandria and it's much safer there than it is at the prison. than it ever was at the prison. So like he just came to that realization, like in the TV series, where this is the real world, and um, and it's just and that's how he has to keep people safe. And that's my take on the whole thing. And um, on Negan, I gotta say I love his lines in the comic book series, and I just hope that they can come up with something really good for him, for some really great lines for him to say on the show. We should start a petition where he should be able to drop them motherfucking F bombs, and that way it would be more grand and much more rewarding for comic book readers, and be like, oh yes, he's really saying, they're really letting him say it. AMC should let him say it. Don't censor out the F bombs. Let's just hear him say it. I'm sure the fans would be really happy for that. But I know it's AMC and it can only do so much. But I hope they can find something I can stand in and replace, like that. I think that's the only part about Negan that they're going to sugarcoat, probably. Everything else, not a chance. Not a chance. But yes, I don't think Rick is ever going to let Negan out of there. At least, not willingly. But there may come a time where he has to, or someone else may let him out. Like when the war comes to them, or when the fight comes to them at outside their walls. I don't know. There's a million ways this can go wrong, but we'll just have to see. And then there's Dwight, who's stepping down as the leader of the Saviors and just saying, you know what, I'm just getting out of there. And we see Lucille for the first time since after the war. So I don't know what that means. I don't have no idea what that means. But I wish I had a better interpretation of what's going on. This is, for me personally, it's like playing with my head. I don't know what to think about this. I don't even know if Rick told anyone about. I don't know if he told anyone about the herd, at their disposal. That would be the wiser move, just to tell them, like, yeah, they have a herd of walkers at their disposal, and this is something that we should not be taken lightly. We have to, we have to be very careful on this and be ready for anything. But this is a good issue. I give it an 8 out of 1 to 10. Not a lot happened, that's just the main chunk of the issue is Rick and Negan having that discussion about leadership and which direction Rick should go. And so I guess we'll see, because in the next issue it's about betrayal, and Rick is covered in blood in the cover and whatnot. So I don't even know what that means. I don't really have any solid predictions on that. So we'll just have to play it by ear. I can see what happens next month. So if you like my thoughts on on this issue, thumb up the video, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to click subscribe, and share your thoughts on this issue. Let me know what you think it's gonna happen. Do you think Rick is doing the right thing, or do you think share your thoughts. Let me know what you think Rick should do on this situation. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.